All right. Hey guys. Welcome to our Thursday night Black Diamond Team Zoom. My name is Noelle Cruz. I'm a Presidential Diamond with It Works Global. I'm going to be standing in for Chad and Jeree Kneller tonight as they are out of town. Chad told me he's officiating a wedding. So apparently they're like a jack of all trades and they do all sorts of fun things, which is just amazing. So anyway, thank you guys for taking some time out of your Thursday night to hop on here and grow your business and grow your minds. You guys, we are coming up on 30 days since we brought in a lot of new distributors. We have 1,700 new distributors who joined Black Diamond Team who all have the chance to earn a $100 shopping spree to a $150 shopping spree, depending on if they enroll their first customer by August 2nd. So for those of you who brought on new team members, it's really important that you are tracking with them right now. And for those of you who are new team members, it's really important that you are tracking your own business right now. And so what you need to do is you need to make sure that you are bringing in 5 loyal customers by your 30-day mark, but not just bringing in 5 loyal customers. You want to make sure that you're also commission qualified. Okay, now there's 2 ways to get commission qualified, and if you have any questions about any of this, you need to message your sponsor. But you can either run an 80 BV auto ship, which equates to about $80 to $100 worth of product, depending on what you're ordering, or you can have 150 volume, which means it's 150 volume from your customers plus your personal orders. Okay. So no matter what, if you get 5 loyal customers and you are commission qualified, you are going to earn that $150 shopping spree. And I'm really excited because so many people are earning their shopping sprees. And with this new BOGO promotion that we have going on right now, it's going to make it really simple for you guys to put in a ton of loyal customers in the next couple of days and really earn those shopping sprees, help your team earn their shopping sprees, and just take our checks to a whole other level. So you guys, right now, our checks, our volume as a team is at its highest. Checks within this team are at their highest they have been all year. Teams are growing by leaps and bounds. People are coming to this business by the masses, you guys. People are so excited to get their hands on what we have and to start creating some financial freedom for themselves from their phone. And this is an opportunity that you all have available to you every single day. So I'm so excited just how quickly our teams are growing. So right now there's a $1,000 Ruby bonus on the line. So again, if you are new, if you signed up with this $20 promotion, you signed up anytime in July, you have until the end of August to earn this $1,000 Ruby bonus. If you brought in new team members, work with them on this. Explain this to them. Show them a Ruby chart. Show them their steps of success. You know, we want to find 5 people to try it, 5 people to share it. And then we're going to teach those 5 people that are going to share it to find 5 people to try it, 5 people to share it. You guys, that is going to create tons and tons of Rubies, which means lots of $1,000 bonuses, which means lots of diamonds, because rubies create emeralds, rubies create diamonds, rubies create double diamonds, triple diamonds, presidential diamonds, ambassador diamonds. You guys, like, rubies are the building block of our entire compensation plan. And I'm so excited. We're going to have so many promotions coming the end of this month. So like I talked about before, we have BOGO wraps and BOGO facial applicators right now through 11:59 Central Time on the 19th, okay? So it's not mix and match. You can either buy 1 pack of facials, get a pack of facials free, or buy a pack of wraps, get a pack of wraps free. But no matter what, that is a killer deal. People wait for our BOGO wraps all year long. I have customers that are like, please let me know the next time the wraps are going to go on BOGO. And I'm like, I don't know when they are. I always tell them, you got to wait till Black Friday. And then Black Friday comes around and there's like something else on special. But you need to get the word out, you guys. I know that the wraps are not heavily promoted, which is interesting because that was all we used to promote was the body wraps. But this is the product the company was founded on. It's a plastic surgery alternative, and it needs to be talked about more. So if you have not wrapped yourself live, get brave, get out of your comfort zone, and go put a wrap on yourself. Now, if you're like, Noelle, I am just terrified. I'm petrified to be in front of the camera, let alone in front of the camera half naked. Okay? I totally get that. Put a wrap on somebody else, okay? Bribe one of your girlfriends to come over and say, I'll wrap you for free if you'll be my model. Put a wrap on your husband. Do it live. And as you're wrapping them, you need to talk about what this product is, how it works, why it works. Let's keep it compliant, okay? We don't want to talk about weight loss or inch loss, because even though the wraps have the side effect of both of those things on different bodies, we want to keep it compliant, okay? But just talk about it. Talk about how it tightens and tones and contours the skin. Talk about how it reduces the appearance of cellulite. Talk about the fact that you can wrap from your chin to your toes. Talk about how it feels. Talk about the way that they can maximize their wrapping results. And if you guys want a video to watch, I actually wrapped myself a couple days ago, not knowing that this wrap promotion was coming, but I did wrap myself live. So if you want to check out a wrapping yourself live video and kind of how I talked about that, feel free to go check out my page and use that as just like some pointers. But education is key, and people want to see you. They want to see you live in your element. You don't have to look pretty. You just need to be you. You need to be real, and that's what they want to see, okay? Also, there's some really, really great tips. If you go over to Pam Souter's Facebook page, she has a bunch of verbiage from top leaders who shared their tips on messaging people. How would they be approaching this promotion? So make sure that you just max out this promotion. So one of the things, and I know that there's going to be some people on here, whether you're veteran distributors or you're brand new, and you're like, well, I'm just afraid to talk to people. Like, I'm afraid to message people. I don't know what they're going to say. And you have like this fear surrounding your business, or you're just nervous, or you're anxious. So I want you to just think of this as you are a server, okay? And I can talk about this because I was a server like my entire life. So just think of yourself as a server. You work in a restaurant and you're serving hamburgers, and your job is to ask every single table, would you like some ketchup with your burger? That's it. That's your job. And sometimes they're going to say yes, and sometimes they're going to say no. And you're not going to be offended either way, because it's just your job to offer them ketchup, right? Okay, well, it's your job to offer your customers, your existing, oh, hold on, I'm just going to make sure everybody's muted. It's your job to offer all of your existing customers this product, okay? But it's also your job to message every single person you've ever talked to about any product at all and offer them this deal, okay? Now, I have some verbiage in that Pam Souter feed that I posted, and literally every single person you've ever messaged from host to post, go back and message them. Every single loyal customer needs to know about this deal. Every single distributor on your team needs to know about this deal. Every single person on your active Facebook friends list needs to know about this deal. And the worst thing that they're going to say is, no thanks, I'm not interested right now. Okay? So just offer. It is just your job to offer, and if they say no thanks, say, okay girl, have a good day. That's it. That's literally just your job to ask. And so if you take that pressure off of yourself of, I have to make a sale, it's not going to be that scary. Okay. So we've also got the host to post going for the BOGO wrap promo, and that is awesome as well. So use our free product giveaway incentive that I think the team is doing as a whole. Did I just make that up? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Pretty sure Black Diamond team is doing a free product incentive giveaway. And if not, maybe we're doing one now, because I just threw that out there. Anyway, that's a really good way to ask people, hey, do you want to be entered to win $100 in free product? Would you do this post for me? And then have them do a BOGO wrap promotion, okay? So anyway, so much good stuff going on. And be aware that the BV on this BOGO wraps is not 54. It is 25, okay? So if you are, which gives you a qualified customer, it just doesn't give you, if we're looking at BV for fast start qualification to happen, commission qualification to happen, just be aware of that. If you're new and you're confused on that, ask your sponsor. We just want to be aware of that. Also, it's free shipping on orders over 60, which means that the wraps are 59. So if you add the fab wrap on, you now get free shipping, okay? So that's a really great partner for them. They can spend $5 and save $5, basically, and they get a product. So it's basically like getting fab wrap for free. So offer that to all of your BOGO wrap people, okay? So I wanted to share a story with you guys. So I attended something called the Global Leadership Summit this last week, and this is my third year attending. Totally transforms your life, your business, your family, everything. I highly recommend it. And some of you are like, Noelle, I'm not a leader. Like, I don't need a leadership summit. Well, you're all leaders, whether you're a mom, whether you're a spouse, whether you you have a job, you're a leader in your workplace. You're a leader in your family. If you have a customer on your team, you are a leader. You're a leader for that person. If you have one distributor, you are a leader. You don't have to be a diamond leader to be a leader, okay? So all of you are a leader in your own aspect. But Simon Sinek is one of my favorite people ever. If you don't know who he is, he has one of the top 3 most watched TED Talks of all time. He's an author. He has some really great books like Start With Why and Leaders Eat Last, different things like that. But he is amazing. I love him. And he was one of the speakers at the GLS. And he was talking about, he really shared a really interesting perspective on the Vietnam War. And I want to talk to you guys about infinite versus finite games, because in this business, we're going to talk about it. Sorry, my brain just left me for a second. So anyway, he was talking about the Vietnam War, and he was talking about how we, as the U.S., may have won a ton of battles, right? And we lost a lot less lives in that war. We lost tens of thousands of people. We lost tens of thousands of people's lives, but they lost millions. It was just devastating what happened to their country. But eventually, the reason that war was kind of confusing for people is because we just stopped fighting. And it's not that we stopped fighting because we wanted to stop fighting, it's because we stopped fighting because we ran out of resources. And the Vietnamese people, they never stopped fighting because they were fighting for their lives. We were fighting because we were trying to win something, but the Vietnamese people were fighting because they were fighting literally for their lives. They were fighting to survive. And so the Vietnamese people were fighting an infinite war. So if you think about an infinite line is going like this, and a finite game is going like this. And so basically, the Vietnamese people are fighting an infinite game, and we are fighting a finite game, which means that we're kind of hitting a wall here, which is why eventually we just packed up and went home. Okay, so it was kind of like this war is a wash, and it was just obviously very ugly back here stateside and different things like that. But we were fighting for a different purpose. And one of the stories that Simon shared during his segment was he was talking about how he went and he did a speech. He went and spoke for Apple, and he went and he spoke for Microsoft. And when he went and he spoke for Microsoft, they were talking about how can we beat Apple? What are they doing right now? And how can we be better? Okay, they're talking about, okay, well, they've got this new computer, and they've got this new tablet, and they've got this new iPod, and how are we going to beat them? That was all that Microsoft talked about. And then he goes over and he speaks for Apple. And what are they speaking about in their convention? They're talking about how can we improve the experience for students and teachers. Their vision has nothing to do with the competition, and it has everything to do with the people that they're serving. Okay? Now, the difference in these two companies is that Microsoft is worried about beating Apple, and Apple is worried about doing the best job that they can for their consumers. Does anybody think Microsoft is ever going to beat Apple? Just by the way, that's just a question. I don't know. And Microsoft is never going to beat Apple, right? Because they're completely different companies. They're completely different products. And the fact that Apple is focused on how they can be better at their own game is what makes them win. And so in this business, you guys, this is not a game where you have a competitor. This is not a finite game. This is an infinite game, which means that you are your only competition. And so often what I see is I see people looking left and looking right and going, well, that person's enrolling more customers, and that person's enrolling that many distributors, and she's promoting here, and she's been in the business less time than I, and she's promoting above me, and her check is bigger than mine, and I should just quit now because I'm never going to be that good.
Same thing that what OGs do, and you said it's great.
Hold on. I got the same people that keep popping up. They like to hit that unmute button. I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry. But you guys, this is not an infinite game. This is not about anybody but you. And so your goal every single day is only to be better than you were yesterday. Your goal is not to be better than that person who's promoting faster than you. Your goal is not to enroll more customers than that other person on your team. Your goal is to do the best of your ability and not to diminish the work that you're doing, because you know what? I might talk to 100 people and sign 50, and somebody else might talk to 100 people and sign 10. But you know what? You could still beat me, because if you talk to 1,000 people and sign 100 people, and I talk to 100 people and sign 50, well, I still lost, right? You just did more work. So you can still beat the person who is going to enroll more people. You just have to talk to more people. So it's strictly a numbers game. But I just want you to focus on, I want you to focus on you, and I want you to focus on why you started. Because why you started is going to be the most important thing in this business day in and day out. So often we start for different reasons. Oh, sorry. My chat is all, you guys, I've got bugs flying around because I've got an air, I'm in my office and I tried turning off the air conditioner. This is just a side note because my house doesn't have central air yet. So I've got like a window unit, and my window unit's on, and then my lights are on in here, and it's dark outside, which means I have bugs coming into my AC unit, and they're like buzzing around my head. I tried turning it off, but it was like 90 degrees in my office, and I just couldn't do a Zoom like that. So anyway, side note, if I'm a little distracted, I don't do well with distractions, and I've got like bugs swarming my face. So sorry, I am like that all the time. I'm sorry. But I want you to focus on why you started. And the reason I want you to focus on why you started is because it's the only thing that's going to keep you in the game. And so whether your why is you want to be able to homeschool your kids, or you want to be able to buy groceries for your family, or you need to put an extra $500 down on your credit cards each month, or you want to give $2,000 a month to a ministry, or you want to be able to quit your job and travel the world, or you want to be able to pay your parents' bills, or you want to be able to buy a car in cash. I don't care what your why is. No matter what your why is, it's not too small. And the thing about this business is there's also nothing too big, because we have our hands on an opportunity that allows us to dream so big that nothing is impossible. The only thing that's going to keep you from achieving those things is if you take yourself out of the game. And I don't want to see any of you take yourself out of the game, because everyone can be successful here if they're willing to put in the time, if they're willing to be consistent every single day, and if you're willing to put in the work. Okay, so it's just really a matter of timing and consistency and plugging in with the people who have been there and done that and asking them, this isn't working for me, can you help me? Like, show me what you're doing. And I know that Laurel Greider, like you guys, she is the host of Post Queen. She's been putting in, oh my gosh, she put in over 100 customers in 3 months. Like, I want to put in 100 customers in 3 months. That's incredible, right? She's doing work Zooms that you guys can plug into. And you can sit in front of her, and she's going to tell you exactly what to do. She's going to show you how she's enrolling customers. And all you have to do is plug into that, okay? And if you're like, Noelle, like, I'm at work. I'm working during those Zooms. There's a replay that you can go back and you can watch, and you can still do these things. I know there's a lot of you who aren't on this Zoom right now because you're working, or you work at 4 a.m. and so you're sleeping or whatever, but you can still come back and you can watch the replay. And this is what's going to feed your business. It's going to feed your soul. It's going to feed your mind, and it's going to allow you to succeed. But I want you to figure out, get deep down, what is your why for starting this business? Because especially if you're new, and especially in your first week, the first 1 to 4 weeks are definitely the most volatile, because you come in and you're like, I'm going to make in part-time money like now, and then I'm going to be able to help my family, or I'm going to be making $2,000 a month now, and I'm going to be able to quit my job. And then 20 people don't answer, they don't open your Facebook message, or they open it and they don't read it, or you post something and somebody posts on there and they said, this sounds like one of those pyramid scheme things to me. And you're like, oh, yeah, maybe this business isn't for me. I'm not good at this. You guys, nobody's good at this when they start. Like, when I first started this business, I was a hot mess. I was a hot mess, like, for the first year, for sure. And I still am a hot mess half the time, okay? Nobody's good at this when they first start, and everybody's going to hear opposition. But that doesn't change why you started. Those people are just noise. And if you hear those things and you're like, oh yeah, like that's just a little bit of noise along my journey, you're not going to let it affect you because you're not going to internalize it, because you know that it's just noise. It's not something that's true. So every time someone says something to you that might be a little discouraging, you need to sit back and you need to say, is that true? I do this with my kids all the time. My daughter will go to school and she'll come home and she'll say, Mommy, so-and-so said that I'm not a good friend and that I'm not nice. I say, well, are you a good friend? She says, yes. I say, are you kind? She says, yes. And I said, so that's not true. She's like, no, it's not true. I'm like, so does it matter? She says, no, it doesn't matter. Okay, problem solved, right? Are you in a pyramid scheme? No. Are you taking advantage of people? No. Are you hustling stuff that doesn't work? No. Are you doing something good for your family? Yes. That is what matters, okay? So keep that in front of you every single day and know that you're not going to be good at anything, but we are all here to help you be the best you can be. So I want you to, as you're focusing on your why, and with my team, I have them get really, really nitty-gritty deep into their why, like not just surface, like you need to think, okay, like I started because I want to buy my family groceries. Okay, well, let's talk about what kind of groceries. Do you want to buy them like Lucky Charms, or do you want to buy them like organic strawberries? Like, great, let's dig into it. What kind of groceries do you want to buy them? And then what happens if you can't buy those groceries? Is there really anything that happens? Okay, well, if I can't buy my family organic groceries, then maybe we just eat the junk that we've been eating. And that's not a huge reason, so nothing really happens, okay? So let's make it a little bit deeper. Maybe your why is you want to homeschool your kids. Okay, well, what happens if you have to go back to work and you can't homeschool your kids? Well, maybe your kids are in a public school system where they're getting bullied. Maybe they're in a school system where their teachers are not independently teaching them at the level that they need to be taught at. Maybe they're in a classroom where there's so much noise and so much going on that they can't get a quality education. Okay, now how does that affect your family? That's kind of big, right? So you need to think about what's the deeper reason why you're here, and then get really real with yourself and figure out, like, okay, how's that going to affect me long term? And then make a list of 30 to 60 things, okay? Don't keep it small. I mean, you need to have something to post about with this business every single day. And if you have 30 reasons minimum why you're here, like I said, it could be to take your family to Disney. It could be to buy a vacation home. It could be to retire your husband. I don't care what it is. Whatever those things are, big or small, to fill up your gas tank without checking your bank account first. Write those things down, because those are the reasons why people join. People don't join this business for $1 million. They join for a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of breathing room. So post about those things daily. But every time you encounter a challenge, I want you to look at it as a stepping stone. And I want you to look at it as a stepping stone that's going to move you forward to a better place. Because you're going to have these rocks that are going, as you're on this path. First of all, it's not a straight and narrow path. Like, not everybody goes like this. Not at all. It's up and down and around and backwards some days. And, the idea is not to strive for perfection. It's just to strive for progress. So progress is getting another post out, getting better at social media, sending another message, following up with your loyal customers. Like, this is all progress. Nobody's perfect. So if you're just like, okay, I'm going to do better than I did yesterday, and I'm going to do better than I did yesterday, you're constantly going to be improving yourself. Your business is going to constantly be growing, but it's going to happen exponentially. So one day your check is just going to explode. It's going to go from $20 to $60 to $200 to $400 to $1,000 to $3,000. That happens, but you have to be consistent and you have to really be laser focused. But I want you to focus on these boulders that are going to come up in front of you, because you're all going to have obstacles. You're going to have hurdles. Now, whether those things are you started and you found out that somebody has cancer, somebody in your life has cancer, or you started and your best friend thinks that you're crazy and doesn't want to speak to you ever again, or you started and you got robbed, or you started and then your house burned down, Or somebody posts on your social media, I'm going to have to block you if you don't stop posting this stuff. Or they post in one of your host posts, this is a scam, like whatever these things. These are just hurdles that are going to make you become a stronger individual, and they're going to help you understand, like, what is this business all about? It's going to help you get better. So they're not like something that needs to be a stop sign for you. It's something that's like a pause. It's something that you just need to step on top of that boulder and keep going. Okay, so we climb over it and we continue on. And then when we hit another one, we climb over it and we continue on. So I just want you to remember, like, I really just want you guys to focus on your why, because as you continue on in this business, the how is going to change. It's going to change daily. We didn't have Host to Post a year ago. Like, this is a new thing. So for those of you who are new, like, Host to Post is new as of like last fall. So we're like 6 months into Host to Post. Okay. When I first started, it was Facebook business pages. It's constantly changing, and every 6 months you'll see a massive change in specifically social media, but really in how we build, how we grow as a company, how we communicate with people is constantly going to be changing. We have this new app that's coming out that is going to be a total game changer for, keeping up with your customers and everything. But I just want you to be flexible, just be ready for the change, be ready to roll with the punches, be ready to learn something new always, but know that your why isn't going to change, but the how will change. So when the how changes, don't let that be something that takes you out of the game because you're frustrated. Just learn how to do it different and keep going. And if you've been in the business for a long time like me, your why is going to change. My why I reached my why not too long into my business, and then it kept growing and it kept changing. And now I have so many whys. It's amazing because I'm at that place where I can dream. But even if you just started, don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to pull out that dream board and think of the extravagant things, but then get back to it and know that you need to do the daily work that it's going to take to get those extravagant things. Because if you can live like no one else right now, do work like no one else right now, sacrifice Netflix right now like people don't do, like that's you. Later, you get to live like no one else because you're living debt-free, and because you own your own time, and because you retired your spouse and you're a full-time family and you travel the world and you make money from your cell phone. Like, how cool is that? That's what we get to do. But it's gonna take some investments now. Some people say sacrifices, I say investments. Because when you turn off that TV, or when you turn off that video game, or you put down Candy Crush or whatever your current thing is, that's investing in your business. And you guys, it's so, so, so worth it. So that was only 30 minutes. I'm not going to take up much more of your time. Does anybody have any questions? Because I'm sorry, I feel like I need to answer questions if anybody has any questions. Are there any other leaders on here that want to give a quick tip for how to rock this BOGO promotion? Because guys, we have BOGOs a few times a year, and it's such an amazing opportunity. I see Laurel. I know Meech is on here. Does anybody want to share anything?
I'll share.
Hi.
I don't know how I'm on Chat and Juries, but oh well. So Host to Post. Let's go BOGO. So basically, if you look at my page, I just made first 25 people to drop a BOGO me can earn a free pack of wraps or whatever. That's a great script that you can use. And then from there, I'm just messaging them and saying, have you tried the wraps, the new black wraps? They're like, no. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're amazing. They're getting even better results. We've got new packaging. This is what they do. And then they're like, well, how much? And I'm like, okay, well, it's only $7 a wrap. Retail is $99. And I just kind of give them a little blurb. How does that sound? So that's one way to get a bunch of conversations going for the wraps. And then I'm just continuing to do the coffee Host to Post. The cleanse is a good one, but coffee is just hot right now. And I mean, I've put in 18 customers so far this month, and I'm not stopping. My goal's 40. So I'm not missing any of the fast start bonuses. I'm helping my team promote. And yeah, so thanks for the plug earlier. Tomorrow is Friday. I need to see, I may try to do another work Zoom tomorrow so we can, it's follow up Friday, people getting paid. Tomorrow's a great day to get your customers in.
Yes, that is so good. Follow-up Friday is going to be huge. So everybody that you talk to today, they're all getting paid tomorrow, guys. So like that's super important. And in addition to what Laurel was talking about, when you're talking to somebody, always send them pictures, okay? Pictures are worth 1,000 words, and so you need to send them pictures. And I always try to send pictures that are similar to their body. So if you know that you're talking to somebody who has had weight loss surgery, well, don't send them pictures of some skinny person who like de-bloated 2 inches, okay? Don't do that. But if you're talking to like a mom who's recently had a baby, like we have so many pictures of moms who have had like C-sections and different things, like send them pictures that are similar to their body and ask them, what's your biggest problem area? Because maybe it's not their tummy, maybe it's their arms, or maybe it's their back, or maybe it's their legs, and that way you can pull pictures. And if you go to the It Works Pinterest page, they have tons of photos. I don't know about the new It Works Global Facebook page because we have a brand new page. They probably have albums on there as well. And then we also have photo albums in the team pages, so you can grab from there as well. All right. Well, are there any other leaders on here who want to pop in and give a quick tip? I think everybody wants Laurel to do a power hour for Follow-Up Friday tomorrow. Yes? Raise your hand if you want Laurel to do a power hour. Everybody does. Please do one. Maybe you should do like 3, morning, noon, and night, so we can all hop in. That would be great.
Just watch the team page and I'll announce it. And also, here's a little tip. When you guys are looking for a specific about a product, a picture or whatever, don't forget to utilize Facebook. All I do is go into the search engine on Facebook and type in a few keywords, and I can find a post on pretty much anything.
Yes. And if you have, I mean, I know one of the things that I do for my past posts is I'll like put in my name, or I'll go to my profile and I'll just type in a keyword. So like if I go to my profile and I type in BOGO, it's going to pull up everything that I've ever posted about BOGO. If I go in and I type in, skinny, everything I've ever posted, type in wrap. So if you have a leader or somebody that you like to follow, you're like, oh, they always have really good content. Go up to the Facebook search bar, type in their name and that keyword, and search their stuff, because there's lots of stuff out there. You're allowed to steal stuff. We encourage it. Okay, well, you guys have an amazing night. We have 15 days left in this month. So much can happen in 2 weeks. I have to tell you guys, the month that I went Presidential Diamond, I literally did a One Team One Mission, and I stood on that stage, and it was 20 days before the end of the month, and I stood on that stage and I told them, I said, I'm a triple diamond now, but I'm going presidential by the end of the month. And I almost vomited because I had no idea how that was going to happen. No idea whatsoever. I was like, I can't even tell you. I was probably over 50,000 volume away from promoting to presidential. Got to the end of the month and it happened like, it was like incredible. It was insanely over. It was like 100,000 volume over. It was insane. You guys, so much can happen in 2 weeks. So much can happen in 2 days. So if you're coming up on your 30 days to get Fast Start qualified, to earn your shopping spree, just keep at it. Now is not the time to sit down. Now is the time to get your head in the game, start hustling. If you have been sitting on the bench until now, get up. Ask your sponsor, what can I do? What messages can I send? How many people can I contact? Like, we are here to help you, okay? So get your head in the game, focus. We have 15 days for you to focus. The next couple of days to focus for this BOGO promotion. Get as many people in the system as you can. Help as many people on your team as you can, and your check is going to go up. So you guys have an amazing night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.